Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory as Roma are on the verge of completing another massive signing. Artem Dovbyk. We've got our striker. It's not a here we go yet. I feel like the here we go is going to come tomorrow. It's not a done deal yet, but it's really close. 35 million package including add-ons. Girona had found an agreement with Atletico Madrid of around a 36 million plus two add-ons, so it's a very minimal distance, which is why this deal will be completed. Moreover, Dan Fredkin himself has personally guaranteed to Artem Dovbyk that he is going to become a Roma player, which just means that we are going big this summer. No joking around, no wasting time. We spent a few weeks identifying the players, understanding the transfer opportunities, and now bang, 30 million on Sule last week, Dal completed, Buba Sangare completed, and now another massive signing, a very expensive signing, 35 million, 36 million, plus a few bonuses to get Artem Dovbyk. He's the striker we need. I mean, I don't want to be boring and say this again, but he's the striker we need. I've always wanted him. Flashback the few live streams, I remember mentioning that my two dream signings were either Gyökeres or Dovbyk because of the characteristics they have, because they're the perfect age for a starting striker. They're not too young, they're not too old. Dovbyk is 27 years old. He's coming from an unbelievable season, top scorer of La Liga, 24 goals and 8 assists. You know, he can link himself so well, with the likes of Dybala, Sule, Pellegrini. I see him score many goals. I think a physical, oh my god, a dog just ran by. I think a physical striker in the Serie A. We've seen it with Dzeko multiple times. These characteristics are characteristics of strikers which go really well in this league. Because it's a very slow league, I think whenever you have a very physical striker up top, they change the equilibrium up front. And Dovbyk has that kind of that stature, that physique, perfect physique. He reminds me of Dzeko, as I've said multiple times, and I'm so happy that this deal is being completed. Now, I think one thing that you have to consider and kind of speak about here is we're seeing Roma spend 30 million last week, 35 million on this week, and we still need to cover quite a few positions. And you're probably asking yourself, how's this possible? Like, how did we go from literally restricting everything out of our transfer budget and only depending on free agents and cheap players to signing and investing, getting good players, quality players, and actually spending a lot of money on them? I think this is a very good question. And I was reading an article today, and it's actually a very interesting article. This article shows you that one of the biggest targets of Roma during the course of this transfer window was to cut down wages, cut them down massively, don't extend loans of players which earn a lot of money and haven't performed well. And this article was saying how Roma made 34 million. They saved up the 34 million by not extending the loans of Azmoun, Christensen, Renato Sanchez, Lukaku, Huijsen and Llorente. They made a further 6 million from selling Awar and Oliveras, and therefore making a 16 million capital gain overall for these players. And then obviously the contract difference from Mourinho to De Rossi made you save 4.5 million. Roma's out saving up, Roma's out changing. There is definitely an element of, right, we've been so bad lately that we kind of need to revolutionize, we need to spend big, start this project the best ways possible. There's definitely is an element of that. I can't hide that, you know. I definitely think De Rossi's pressure from the fans, also pressure, an interior pressure coming from inside the team going, right, it's time to get things done properly. There's definitely an element of the Fredkins having invested more money from their own pocket. There's also an element of less restrictions from FFP. That is definitely a thing. You know, we've respected many FFP sanctions over these past seasons, and the more you respect them, the less they will kind of torment you in coming years. So that's definitely a thing. But I think the most important thing is Roma wanting to save. Roma cutting down wages, and with this element of cutting down wages, you saved a lot of money, and you don't have to pay these high wages, and you can reinvest them in signings. Because if you look at it this way, all of the signings that we've bought, they aren't massive players in terms of wages. They aren't massive players in terms of they demand a lot of wages. All of them are players who want to be here, who are hungry to be here, who don't put wages above everything, who put the element and factor of playing and wearing this kit and fighting for us fans above everything. Dovbyk is pushing like mad to sign for Roma. He missed his entire last friendly game, sat on the bench because he wants this move. His agents, by the way, started following everybody linked to Roma. They started following Ghisolfi, De Rossi, Dybala, Roma, a lot of like fan pages on Instagram. And this deal is gonna get done. Sule, we all know, he pushed so hard. And then we've got the youngies, Dal, Buba Sangare. This is a hungry team. We need, and this is what we need. Now, of course, having signed Sule and the others and almost being on the verge of signing Dovbyk doesn't mean that we can refrain. We've got, 20 days exactly until our first game week of the season. We still have positions to cover. We've got a right back needed. We probably need another centre back. And we probably need another left winger because the Rossi system requires it. And I think we still need, even having bought Lafi and having not sold Bove up to now and keeping Cristante and Paredes staying, we need a box-to-box mid, a fast midfielder who has got good feet, good technique, because what I think De Rossi wants to build is a possession-based team. And to have a possession-based team, you need somebody in the middle who runs, who's fast, who's got great technique and is good with his feet and doesn't kind of fuck up in easy situations. You need someone tactical in there. I've always given the name of Richard Rios, Gabriel Sara, people who are fast, also are very big in contributions. They bag the goals and the assists. And they're just there running, getting back the balls, but also starting up the play. That is definitely what we need. I'd say we're 60% complete in this transfer window. I think the next 40%, as I said before, right back, centre back, left wing, and another box-to-box holding, creating mid. Kind of a midfielder which can do everything. If we do these 4 signings, add them onto Sule, Dovbyk, Dal, and Sangare, I think it would be a very, very, very good transfer window. And it's definitely a transfer window that none of us expected. But up to now, all you can say is Dovbyk is on the verge of becoming a Roma player. 35 million package, add-ons included. Di Marzio said that if Girona are going to refuse this, Roma are already sorted. They are going to offer more money and they're going to satisfy Girona's kind of requests, which is, or basically the request of the agreement they had found with Atletico Madrid. So yes, one of the biggest, in fact, let's call it the biggest transfer hijack of the summer 2024 transfer session is about to happen. He was about to become an Atletico Madrid player. De Rossi called him, De Rossi called him, De Rossi insisted, changed his mind. Dovbyk spat on Simeone, and now he's on the verge of becoming a Roma player. A player which can change the dynamics of this league and can be a massive, massive, massive new weapon for De Rossi's Roma moving into the start of this season. So I cannot wait to get it happen. Also, Sule landed yesterday. What a welcome. We are unique. I mean, we are crazy. 300 fans welcoming Sule. Enthusiasm is back going. Definitely this week got the enthusiasm back going with the Sule Dovbyk news. We can always be better. We always want more, and we should want more. Because when we're Roma, we have to act like spoiled kids. Because the more we act like spoiled kids, the more the owners are going to get the money and invest them in the transfer window. So I'm going to catch you soon. Hopefully with a Here We Go tomorrow. But the parts are very close and the deal will be completed. And Dovbyk will be our new number 9. Talk to you soon. See you out.